Gemini, hello. Welcome to Coffee, Sage, and Tarot. This is going to be your monthly reading for the month of October 2025. We're going to take a look at your past, your present, and your future energies as we head into October. Alrighty, please do keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and reverse any energies as you see fit, okay? We are also going to pull a clarifier card that we're going to leave turned over until the end of the reading, and hopefully that will clarify everything just a little bit more. Show me, Gemini, for the month of October, please. Show me, Gemini. One more time. All right, thank you. I'll leave that there, and alrighty, a lot going on for the air signs, I will say, heading into October here. It's pretty interesting. It feels like there's a lot of foundational and fundamental things that are taking place here, but let's get into it. We have death here in the past, so yeah, some change and transformation, right? Could have been big and scary. That's kind of what I'm getting, but the moon, okay. It does feel hopeful. I am getting that. Perhaps it was a little rough on the outset, but now I'm seeing hope, right? Focusing on what's happening between those two, right? The two posts there. So just like hopeful, right? Hopeful that we're heading in the right direction. Hopeful that there's an end, maybe. Again, take it as it resonates, okay? But yeah, just really kind of after or some change here, and we're feeling hopeful. Heading into the current energy with the moon, so we're that much closer there. Perhaps things haven't been going your way, or you're realizing, oh geez, this is really taking a lot longer than I thought it would, right? I'm wondering if there's not a little kind of raining on your own parade here as well. Not saying that that's for everyone, but perhaps just getting in your own head and really feeling those raindrops, like focusing on the negative, I'm wondering. And I don't feel that for all of you, but I do feel that for some of you, that you're taking away the joy from this experience by perhaps having a bit more of a negative mindset, or focusing only on the negative, or more on the negative, okay? Again, take that as it resonates. Justice here as we head into October, so giving Libra energy. I'm wondering if you get to where you want, or you're getting closer to where you want to be in October, right? Because if we kind of take a look just visually, okay, you see these towers, right? And they're really far in the back. Then we see them, they're closer, but it feels like objects. What's that saying on the cars? Objects in mirror are closer than they appear, or are farther than they appear, or whatever, right? That's what this is giving the moon, if we just look at it from an image perspective. Then here, see, we have these pillars that are zoomed right in. So it feels like you're there, or you're almost there as we head into October to where you want to be. Or in October, you're getting like so close you can taste it kind of vibe. And really just having to recommit to what it is that you're trying to do, and recommit to that hope that you initially had on that outset, right? Queen of Swords, she's popping up here. That is really quite lovely because you are sword sign, you are air. So seeing this also with this, it just feels like you're coming that much closer to where you want to be, right? There's some wisdom, there's some gained insight that is there, some clarity, but even that, like, she's looking forward. You are lighting your own way. You are driving your own way forward, and that really does feel to be the case here. That Two of Cups, the Ten of Swords, yeah, it's almost like this realization that, yeah, things are changing and moving, and we have to clear out some aspect in order to move on and to continue in the path that we want to. That Ten of Swords popping up in the shadow there doesn't feel nearly as hard and as challenging as some Ten of Swords can be. Okay. And again, it's also this idea that that's you, Gemini, completing a cycle, right? That's just how you go through things. And so it just feels like it's hope is kind of the name of the game here. But let's go ahead and get some more insight. Get some clarifiers here for Gemini, please. Let's get some clarifiers for Gemini. And last time. Thank you. There's that Libra energy again. All right. So this past energy here, we have that the Death card clarified by the Three of Swords, or sorry, Three of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Justice. Yeah. Raining on your own parade. Raining on your own parade, right? What I said here, this idea that you're just kind of, I wonder if you're focusing on the wrong thing or taking the fun out of a situation because, like almost like not being in the moment. I feel like that's what it is. Not being in the moment because you're so focused on where you want to be. And I find this just to be a very tricky concept in that we have an idea of where we want our life to be and the steps that it takes to get there, right? And so it's very easy to become so focused on the destination that we're not enjoying ourselves in the moment. And that's what I feel like we are hitting here, right? You know where you want to be versus where you are currently. And so those steps, you're being very deliberate, it feels, about those steps, and you are very hopeful of where you're trying to go and that you will get there. But with this past energy, it feels like there's just a constant kind of rain on the parade and not being present in the moment and not allowing yourself. It's almost like, you know, when you have a goal, you have to allow yourself these mini wins so that you can continue to motivate yourself to keep going. And you're motivated to get to where you want to go. You've made this decision. Your mind is clear, right? You know where you're headed, and it feels like a long road ahead, but it feels like perhaps in your past you were just being you were taking the fun out of it. And so it's hard to stay motivated when you don't give yourself little wins, is kind of what I'm seeing here, okay? And so it just feels like that energy, to be honest, is kind of continuing into the present here, where it is you find yourself maybe a little bit more negative than you would like to be and continuing that kind of pattern of raining on your parade. So there is some change that's happening. There's some change that's coming. You're moving forward. I'm not saying that this isn't stopping you from moving or stopping you from getting where you want to be, right? You have that idea in mind. You know where you want to be. But I feel like you're not necessarily doing yourself any favors, because you're taking yourself out of the moment and really not allowing yourself to fully enjoy these little wins or fully be present when things are happening, right? And it's very tricky. It's very tricky, right? Life is tricky. Coming into that moon energy, that current energy here, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's kind of, we just want to get there. We want to be there already. We don't want to deal in the step-by-step process and the, one foot in front of the other, or maybe one foot forward, 2 steps back, or whatever it is, right? You want to get there. And again, with this Four of Cups, it's literally like this, there's an opportunity that's being presented, or this whole journey is that opportunity. Again, take it as it resonates. But you're not fully seeing the whole picture of what the universe wants you to see, right? And so again, I'm not trying to take away, or the cards or spirit isn't trying to take away of your journey and the change and the progress and the forward motion that you have. But I think it's trying to call attention to the fact that you're not optimizing this opportunity. And you're not optimizing it because you're raining on your own parade. Right? As opposed to really, and it takes so much focus, really focusing on, maybe a gratitude journal of, oh my God, like, there were 3 wins today. I got up, I made my bed, I was on time to work, and, I made my favorite meal for dinner. Or my partner made my favorite meal for dinner. Those are 3 things that we can be grateful for, right? And it's like we can cling to those moments as opposed to, my coworker was really frustrating today, and I had so many meetings, I could barely get anything done, or my commute sucked, or my apartment's too cold, and I can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? It's that kind of vibe, right? Where we're focusing on the negative, which is so much easier to do than be grateful. And it feels like that's what's missing here. And you almost want to fly by through this in order to get to your destination currently, okay? Heading into October with that justice, we have it clarified by the 7 of Wands, Temperance, and the 4 of Swords. See, now this is interesting because it doesn't feel like you've reached your destination, but it feels like you've reached that harmony, which is what we were kind of just talking about, right? Protecting your peace. Either protecting your peace or guarding from it. And what I mean by that is to focus on the negative, to not allow yourself to embrace both sides, right? That could be it for some of you. But for others, it feels like it could be you are protecting or finding that harmony mentally, or at least allowing yourself to be present by setting aside the negative, right? We have the Hierophant and the Devil and the 6 of Wands here. Yes. Hierophant, not having any fun. Devil, being too focused or too focused on routine to the point where it becomes burdensome. We need to move away from that energy, right? Move away from the rain on the parade. Let loose a little bit. Have fun. Retreat from that energy, right? We want to move on from that. Yes, you can be diligent and stay regimented and, consistent and all of these things, and that's great. But once it becomes dominating and you almost ignore everything in your present because you're like, okay, well, this takes me one step closer and this leads to this and this leads to this, and you're not sitting in that moment, you're losing the joy of the journey and the joy of the experience, right? Because so much is learned as we progress from one position to another, right? And so it does seem that your energy wants to release this doom and gloom and stop raining on your own parade. Okay, Gemini? Let's go ahead and get some further clarification. Let's get some more clarification here. Let's get some further clarification for Gemini, please. Last time. There's also this kind of excitement that I'm getting, right? But it's like borderline fear. Right? It's like, oh, I'm so close. But then I'm so close. You know what I mean? Like it's both that I'm sensing. Hermit, you know where you want to go. You know where you see yourself, right? You are lighting yourself and your journey forward, right? And that's what that is. The Hermit there, just really focusing on your journey and not really letting anything sway you. You're doing this for you. It's a deeply personal thing, and you've made that decision, and so that's what's propelling you forward, right? Current energy here, the King of Swords. You know your truth. You know where you want to go, right? With that King of Swords, that is the master of your suit. You are in charge of your own path, and you are owning it. You are taking accountability for it, right? What I find though with the King is he becomes too focused on control, and I think that's what the Hierophant and the Devil are trying to make you aware of, and your energy is trying to come through and say, but I want to have some fun. You need to have some fun. You can't just eliminate that because it's only going to hinder you in the long run, right? And so we can be focused on business and focused on, your path forward, but don't forget to have some fun, okay? And be in that present moment, right? Just like this, what is this, a hawk or an eagle? They fly so high, they can see the whole picture, right? They can see everything. They can be in the moment and above the moment at the same time. And that's, I feel, the key, right? You can be in the moment and experience that and have that heartfelt joy, but be above the moment and understand that this is taking you one step forward and be grateful for this step in the process, right? The Magician, as you head into October here, manifesting, right? And it does feel like, perhaps you're not quite there yet, but mentally you're manifesting yourself that much further, right? There's something that clicks come October, mentally, that propels you into the next phase. Okay? The Seven of Cups in the shadow, the King of Wands. Honestly, it feels like utilizing the resources that you have available to the best of your ability. Yeah, Page of Swords, the World. Something is coming for you. October is probably gearing you up for the culmination of it happening at the end of the year, beginning of early next year. But you are close. And come October, something clicks that helps to tie it all together for you, Gemini. And really clicks in the sense of you are utilizing what you have. Right? Like that bird, right? You are in the moment, but you are above the moment. And I feel like that's perhaps what's clicking for you. Let's go ahead and turn this over. Page of Cups. Yeah. There's a gift to be had here, right? There's a gift to be had here. And allowing yourself to be receiving of that, right? Allowing yourself to be kind of present to and open, right? Not guarded, but open to what is available, right? And having a little fun, right? Let's mix some fun in here, okay? We can't be all serious and all business all the time, right? Let's see some angel cards here for Gemini. Awareness, support. 19 and 41. Awareness is happening this very moment. Conscious awareness requires that all senses are sharpened. In this state of being, there is neither past nor future. All existence is focused on the now. It is fulfilling a state of being that makes it much easier for us to get in touch with our angels. It's not that easy, though, to keep your thoughts under control, as they are constantly fluttering about like lively butterflies. Sometimes they delve into the past or search for even more dazzling goals in the future. The present is the only moment in which we can be truthful. 41. Support. If you have chosen this card, be assured of the support of the angels. Have faith. Comfort and healing are near. Do not despair, even if the times you are presently experiencing are difficult. We only see with our worldly eyes. However, in the inner dimension, solutions may already be emerging and just need to be implemented. Practice patience, but never lose hope. Beautiful and very fitting. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me know in the comments here what it is that you're both excited and fearful about. I'm so curious. It's truly a beautiful reading here, and I'm looking forward to the moment that everything starts to click for you, because you're there. You're there. You are so close to being there, and that's awesome. Gemini, thank you so much for stopping by. I really hope you appreciate, this video of getting insight into October. Just as you know that I appreciate you today and always. Thank you so much. I really wish you all the best, and we'll see you next time. You take care.